we have activity A, which is starting from start. So from start, we have activity A. Duration is 5 days. Then we have activity B from A. Activity B from A, duration 4 days. From A, we have activity C, duration 5 days. From B, we have activity D, duration 6 days. From C, we have activity E, duration 3 days. From D and E, we have activity F, duration 4 days. And from F, we have finish. So this will be the diagram in front of you. When you guys are making the diagram, please remember, save this template in your brain. What is the template? That on the top corner, I will write the early start date of the activity. On the top left corner, I will write down the, sorry, right corner, I will write down the early finish time of the activity. Bottom, I will write down late start, and here I will write late finish. Here I will write total float, and here I will write free float value. And here activity name, and here duration of the activity. This matrix not shouldn't be only saved in your brain, it should be punched in your brain, because in exam you will not waste your time drawing these boxes. You have to punch in your brain that by default on the left side you will write down the early start, and here right side early finish, and on the bottom late start, late finish, in the middle total float, and down free float. And under the activity you will write down the duration. It is not like mandatory you make like this, but we have been practicing same, so you can practice in the same way, it's good. Or if you can find a better way, that's your choice, but you have to punch it, not save it, punch it, so it should be a matrix in your brain. So once I will make the diagram, I have to calculate early start and early finish. Just bear with me. In first step, we will perform what? Forward pass. In forward pass, we go left to right, and we calculate early start and early finish by adding. So if this is the first activity, let me zoom it. This is the first activity. So for sure, the early start will be 0 for that activity. How to calculate early finish? Early start plus duration of the activity will become the early finish of that activity. So 0 plus 5, 5. Now this early finish will become the early start of next activity. What is next activity? B. So it will become the early start of B. 5 will come
B
here.
and C.
From A we have
C
B.
can, C also will be the early start will be 5.
Yes, C will also be there. So I will put 5 here also. So this early finish will become the early start of next activities. So in both I put 5. Now this is early start and this is the duration. So 5 plus 4, 9. Early finish for this activity will be 9 day. That on day 9 you can finish this activity. Now this early finish will go further, will become the early start of next activity. So 9 will come here, 9, and early finish 9 plus 6, 15. 15 will come here. When we are going in forward pass and when we are converging or merging or converging, we will stop and we will complete other path. So our second path is this one. So early start is 5 and duration is 5. 5 plus 5, 10. Now this early finish will become the early start of next activity. So 10 will come here. 10 plus 3, 13. So when we are converging in the forward pass, we have to select the greatest value. So which one is greatest among 13 and 15? 15. So the greatest value will go forward in converging. So 15 will come here. 15 plus 4, 19. And that's how we calculated the forward pass by performing early start and early finish. And how? Add duration of activity in early start, you will get early finish. So we got early finish and early start for the both paths. Now you have calculated forward pass, then you will perform backward pass. What you did in backward pass, you calculate late start and late finish and you subtract. In forward you were adding, in backward you will subtract. So if this is the last activity and early finish is 19, for sure late finish will also be 19. In forward pass we were adding, in backward pass we will subtract. So 19 minus 4, 15. Now this late start will become the late finish of previous activity. So previous is this 15 and previous is this 15. Now 15 minus 6, 9. And now this late start will become the late finish of previous activity. So 9 will come here. 9 minus 4, 5. Now we have again converging. So in converging, we have to complete the other path before going further. So here we left at 15. 15 minus 3, 12. Now this 12 will become the late finish of previous activity. So 12 will come here. 12 minus 5, 7. When we are converging in the backward pass, we select the least value. In forward pass, we select the greatest value. In backward pass, we select the least value. So which one is least? 7 or 5? 5 is least, so 5 will come here. 5. 5 minus 5, 0. If I receive 0, it means we didn't make a mistakes and we have done right. So in forward pass, we will calculate early start and early finish of the activities. And when we are converging, we will select the greatest value. In backward pass, we will calculate the late start and late finish. And when we are converging back, we will choose the least value. In forward pass, we add. In backward pass, we subtract. Are we clear right now? This was the step 2. No problem? Great. Now let's go for the step 3, which means now I have to find the total float. What is the formula for total float? Late start minus early start, or late finish minus early finish. Whatever you will do, answer will always be same. Let's check it. Late start minus early start, right? So this is late start and early start. So 0 minus 0, 0. Or late finish minus early finish. 5 minus 5, 5 minus 5, 0. Great. Let's go to the next activity. 5 minus 5 or 9 minus 9, 0. 9 minus 9 or 15 minus 15, 0. 15 minus 15 or 19 minus 19, 0. If total float value is 0, that means it's the critical path. If total float value is 0, it means it is the critical path. In critical path, float value will always be 0. It can be negative, but it can never be more than 0. Negative means you will finish early. Okay, now let's calculate the float for down activities. Late start is 7, early start is 5. So 7 minus 5 or 12 minus 10. We will always get 2. 12 minus 10 or 15 minus 13, 2. Which means these activities can be delayed for 2 days. And if you look, makes sense. Let me make it more dirty so you guys can see. This is 13. This is 13 and this is 15. So if I will delay this activity for 2 days, it will not delay the project end date. And that's what we learned. What is float? You can delay an activity without delaying the project end date. So when I will delay for 2 days, you will not impact the next activity. Great. So we have performed total float. Now free float is a bit lengthy, but it's easy. Don't worry for this. Formula is written. You have already received this sheet by email. Free float is equals to early start of successor minus early start of activity minus duration of activity. I think I have to enable colors now so I can make it more dirty. And let me put the formula up also so you guys can remember. So formula is early start of successor minus early start of activity minus duration of activity. So this is predecessor and this is successor. So early start of successor. Early start of successor minus early start of predecessor minus duration of predecessor. So 5 minus 0, 5, 5 minus 5, 0. How? Early start of successor, early start of predecessor, and duration of activity, predecessor activity. So 5 minus 0 minus 5 is equals to 0. Great. Now this is what predecessor and this is his successor. So 9 minus 5, 4, 4 minus 4, 0. Now this is predecessor and this is successor. So 15 is the early start. 15 minus 9, 6. 6 minus 6, 0. And because this is the last activities, for sure there is no further activity, so it will be 0 by itself. I performed 3 steps just to show you. By default, total float and free float will always be 0 on critical path activities. Now let's calculate on this. This one is calculated. So this one is predecessor and this one is successor. So 10 minus 5, 5, and 5 minus 5, 0. It means I cannot delay this activity. Now let's check this one. This is predecessor and this is successor. So 15 minus 10, 5, 5 minus 3, 2. Yes, I can delay this activity for next 2 days. And when I will delay this activity for next 2 days, so this is what 13 and this is what 15. When I will delay this activity, it will not impact the early start of next activity. That's how we calculate the free flow. So step 1, you will calculate forward pass. Step 2, backward pass. Step 3, total float. Step 4, free flow. Bad news is there might be 3 to 5 questions in exam, and good news is that there will be 2 questions similar, which means they will just modify the durations. Even they will not change the sequence. So in exam, you will make the diagram bigger, very neat and clean. Make a rule, always draw in the landscape. Don't try to make it smaller. In exam, please don't make these boxes. It will give you a loss of time. So just remember in your brain, this is early start and this is early finish. Based on that, you will draw the diagram. And the shortcuts are, if you want to save time in exam, the critical path will always have what? Total float 0 and free float 0. And the formula is total float is equals to late start minus early start or late finish minus early finish. Free float, early start of successor minus early start of predecessor minus duration of predecessor.